Destination Brazil, Angra dos Reis, 2000 year end. It was morning when we left the marina. The majority of the boats had already left out from the marina floating marina. This place I'm going to talk about a little bit is a place privileged by nature. Angra dos Reis in Brazil is a vacation colony for few who can afford the costs associated with good living and the beautiful landscape to try. The hundreds of small islands which form an archipelago of Angra dos Reis right off the coast of Angra city is very marvelous and a breathtaking spot in South America. Our boat, a 9.8-meter vessel powered by two 480 horsepower engines, cut through the waters at a respectable 2.5 knots to a secluded Ilha Grande, the big island, one among many. As the vessel approached the island covered with green vegetation from the mountain top all the way to the water, we appreciate the beauty of nature and the good weather. The wind was calm, some 5 knots from the south. The sun was high up, burning on our shoulders, melting away all the Nivea cream we had put on. In our half an hour trip to this paradise island, we passed and crossed in our path many boats. We crossed with the small boats, big boats, sailboats, schooners, and many different watercraft vessels that I wouldn't know where to begin if I were to mention them all. Looking around to the far horizon, I could tell by the exquisite taste of the modern watercrafts wandering the waters and the islands that these beautiful spots are frequented by rich and famous. Our boat, Scala, arrived at the wonderful port where I count 35 vessels. Here we anchored the boat and jumped on water. We splashed down and felt the soothing effect of the warm water against our skins. We landed and walked around on the sandy beach out of curiosity. The beach was crowded with tourists and regular beachgoers. All 9 of us walked about at the beach on the wet sand. From here I saw the harbor and in it many boats beyond the bay. Ships crossed to the left, to the right, all the time. On the horizon, the South American continent. Nearby, on the sand, brunettes and blondes parade their tight buttocks facing the sun under a blue sky. Behind me, the green carpet that covers the island came down to the waters. Up above, the noise of a helicopter deafens us while it hovers, maneuvers to touch down leaving people and taking others. At the mouth of the bay, speedboats passed in a flash and white trails kept behind. We gathered together after a while on the shallow waters drinking Skol beer. I was sitting on the bottom with the water just above my waistline, drinking beer, talking to the others, and enjoying the moment. From my vantage point, I saw smoke rising from the eastboard of a vessel. The calm wind brought the barbecue smell. The waves came many times washing on shore. The smoke rose up in thick air. The helicopter also did, towards heaven and away. More waves came and soaked the shores. The smell reached a critical point. The barbecue was done. I was sure of it. I hoped they enjoyed it as much as I did the smell. Up in the sky above our heads, birds and machines glided around over the beautiful island with joy and atmosphere of peace and harmony. Even higher, our eyes caught the fluffy clouds moving slowly on the tips of eastern wind, creating a spectacular ceiling overhead, letting just enough sun through to give the beachgoers down below just enough warmth to enjoy the day. The water is heated, feeling to the swimmers as in the sauna on their skin. In this paradise on earth, people relax themselves to the fullest and forget all the intricate life problems of the day by day, toiling in a busy city with the traffic jams, and forget pollution and urban tension. The massage that these beaches give to one's feet by squirting in between his or her toes as one steps on the white sand sends comforting sensations up through the spines, very similar to the climax one reaches at the nuptial night. This is nature recompensating people for coming to this paradisiacal place. This welcome gesture makes us pleased and wanting more to keep coming. To keep coming to the beautiful beaches of white sands with its therapeutic powers scattered with conches and shells catching your eyes as you move about. The monotony is far from settling in when you can just look to the left and in the bay boats, yachts, vessels and watercrafts rock on the waves while its sails swing in wind. Immediately up front, tall palm trees dance the ballet for the beachgoers. Blonde girls in colorful bikini ride around, sitting firm on the jet ski, spraying water up into the air as dolphins do when they are in playful mood following sailboats rocking away to the horizon. The waves move in, roll, rush onto the shores, crash on the white sandy beach, washing, soothing your feet. You look down and almost become dizzy from the onrush of the rip current, retreating back to the sea. It's a pretty neat trick the nature plays on us. How beautiful it is. The day is bright, the sun is up, the light is out, we are on the beach, and our eyes reach the mountain peak that seems to ride along the background of the white moving cloud. And just over there is a crab that draws parallel lines on the sand, reaching the black rocks, disappearing into the crevices, leaving us with yet another fine memory. The life is good. Our glass emptied out, we climbed back on our vessel and cruised away to a new island. In this new island we arrived again with our vessel cutting the still water of the bay, slowing down and inching from the shorelines with the anchors at the prow and at the stern, ready to secure the boat for another escapade. The water is blue throughout when you look away, and yet it is crystal clear whenever you look down to see reaching the bottom. Then you realize how pristine and natural all this around you is. The smell is from the wild, the green is from the virgin forest, the warmth is from the sun, the noise is from the waves crashing on the beach. The picture from the bay is the landscape for that particular moment in time, and the chirpings from robins perched atop near the canopy. There is nothing but a smile crossing every face which dives in and becomes wet on this pleasure island. We walked with sea up to our kneecap, step by step towards the white sand beach, with help of small waves whose crest bumped our butt once in a while, helping us reach the shores. We splashed as we planted our feet in the sand. Others that arrived earlier crossed our path on the wet sand, walking parallel to the beach. We reached dry sand, and now we were able to bury our feet in the warm sand at each step of the way. We kept walking, and the beach became terra firma, and the full-blown jungle is in front of us. We got into the heavy vegetation of the island, making a light incursion of a few yards, and attended nature's call. In the undergrowth, wildflowers caught our eyes here and there. On the background we could hear the stillness of the place. You hear nothing, and you pay attention, and the washing of the waves on shores reach your ears. We turned around, and in a few minutes we were again in the clear on the sands, walking to meet the sea again. More boats crammed into the bay, more smiling faces splashed into the water. Later on, from the middle of the bay, scanning with my eyesight, skimming the top of the sea, I could discern from within the undergrowth at the base along the coastline red and white flowers standing out from the vegetation. This flora is a perfect example of nature's taste for gardening. Planted there perhaps by the southwestern wind in a cold morning, or maybe not. It could be gardened there by birds' droppings at dawn, while they found themselves perched atop at the canopy, twittering to find their paw, not different from the lovers that passionately kiss on the sands, hide in the undergrowth and plant their droppings on a different shore. It doesn't matter, it happens no matter what. All I know is that the flowers are still there. And the lovers, just maybe, just maybe.